Good evening. Tonight's short scary story is an experience posted by one person to a thread on Reddit discussing the creepiest thing that ever happened to him. Of course, part of the creepiness, maybe all of it, was by his own doing. You'll just have to find out. Author name: Hyper Obscura. Story title: What is the creepiest, most unexplainable thing you have ever experienced? Throwaway account, since my wife wouldn't set a foot in our house ever again if she found out what happened. Some backstory: I'm an artist. Realism, surrealism, abstract. I guess it really comes down to my mood. I have a studio downtown, but most of the time I'm on the road, looking for the perfect location to capture. That night, I came home pretty late from a rather lengthy hike. I love capturing the essence as the sun sets. It's like viewing existence from a different dimension somehow, you know? I didn't have time to finish the piece, so I brought it home with me and figured I'd work on it during the weekend. My wife and daughter were visiting my mother-in-law, thus I had the house for myself. I'd never bring home an unfinished piece otherwise. Kids, you know, handsy little critters. So I placed it in the garage and stood there for a little while looking at it, wallowing in self-doubt. I'd attempted to mix a bit of classical beauty with rough, powerful realism, but I was having second thoughts about the quality of it. Screw it, I finally figured, hitting the shower to wash away the hike. About 10 minutes later, I hear a strange knock. Nothing too loud, but alarming enough. I started panicking slightly. Maybe it was the wife. Maybe they came home a day early. The thought of my daughter messing around with my art was too much to bear. I haphazardly donned a monstrous towel. I swear it was like dragging a teepee around my waist, and stumbled down the stairs, almost slipping to an all-too-stupid death several times over. But I make it down in one piece, the towel now functioning more as a cape than anything else. I throw open the garage door and peer into it cautiously. Nothing. Whew. I sigh in relief, trying to roll my cape into what would have been a massive ball, when I notice it. The art piece. It looks different. I freak out ever so slightly, staggering into my half of a ball towel, then slip around like some drunken ice skater as I step on a fairly sized pond of blood. Then it hits me. Her head has been turned. Now, all of this could be chalked down to a case of very bad memory. Maybe I just forgot how I left her. No big deal, happens to everyone. Senior moment. But the thing is, I distinctly remember exactly how I left her. I slit her throat, true, but the angle of the head was propped up perfectly, stabilizing wires going from deep down in her throat and up to her nostrils. I did it while she was alive, granted, but rigor mortis had set in hours before. There's just no way this happened by accident. Nothing weird ever happened again, and I never did figure out exactly what was going on. I know it's not as exciting as other answers to this thread, but there you have it. Personal thoughts. Well, that is certainly a twist, isn't it? This artist's art is just kidnapping people, torturing them, and then posing their bodies in odd ways. But as crazy and horrific as that is, I do imagine there was actually quite a bit of fear coursing through this artist's head in that moment, because what did happen? If the art, quote-unquote, was moved, then perhaps someone was there. Someone did see what he was doing, what he had done. But it looks like he wasn't reported, because he's not in prison. So I wonder what did happen. I hope he gets caught one day. Preferably sooner than later.